Inflammatory bowel disease encompasses two conditions, ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease. These cause inflammation in the gut. They are lifelong conditions, but the amount of inflammation waxes and wanes. Ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease, because they involve inflammation in the gut, cause tummy pain, diarrhea, often with bleeding, and most notably with urgency as well, where you have to rush to the loo and may not get there in time. In the UK, there are around 500,000 people affected. In the world, several million. Therefore, there's a huge unmet need for new treatments, and there's a huge need for being able to decide which treatment is going to be the right treatment for that person's inflammation. And that's what we want to sort out. And one of the ways to do this is through clinical trials. So, Gemma, can you tell me just how the colitis affected you when it first started?
I've had my ulcerative colitis for about 12 years now. Initially, symptoms were mild, but actually over the years, it became a lot more difficult to treat.
And so you joined the trial. How did you get on?
The trial has been amazing. It's totally changed my life. And I've been in remission for about 3.5 years. Small flare-ups now and again, nothing like I had before. It's changed everything, absolutely everything for me.
ATAP is short for Arthritis Therapy Acceleration Program. But it's not just about arthritis. That's why I am a gastroenterologist is involved. It's about inflammation. And inflammation, whether it's affecting the joints, the gut, the skin, the eyes, all driven by similar molecules. And ATAP is involved in looking at causes of inflammation across different diseases at a single cell level. And that's the way we're going to be able to tailor treatment to the individual.
TORUS is a clinical study that looks into understanding the fundamental basis of why a medication called anti-TNF works for some patients, but it doesn't work for other patients. So we take biopsies from patients as part of routine care, and from those biopsies we're able to break those tissues down into individual cells, given the facilities that we have here in Oxford, and then we were able to study individual cells from those tissues. The first benefit of doing that is understanding what are the different types of cells that are required to drive inflammation. Whilst that's great in itself, the fact that we've embedded this into a clinical study where we have samples taken before and after therapy also allows us to see how that shifts after we give a treatment. For patients in whom this treatment does not work, we can then see, okay, these are the cellular culprits that drive inflammation despite the fact that this patient is on this therapy, and that's very powerful for designing the next generation of medications for those patients. My real hope is that one day when a patient comes into clinic, we can stop the current trend of trial and error, and that we can match the right drug to that patient at that point in time. And so that results in reduced cost for the NHS, reduced time wasted for that particular patient, and hopefully better quality of life for those patients in the years ahead.
Crohn's and Colitis UK are the UK's leading charity for Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. Most of us will have benefited from research throughout our lives, from taking medications to using new pieces of equipment. And that wouldn't have been possible without the people taking part in those projects. There are lots of ways to get involved in research, from trialling new treatments to taking questionnaires about services. You could also give your health data through a blood sample. Whatever you choose to do, it will make a difference.
Other patients that I've spoken to, we all seem to be so different. We've all got such an individual story to tell, and we've all responded to different things in different ways. We all exhibit our symptoms slightly differently, and it's about finding, I think, the right treatment line for that particular person. It seems to be quite a bespoke way of treating patients.